Sunday, September 25. Persecutor of Christians. Saul of Tarsus first appears in Acts as one involved in the stoning of Stephen in chapter 7, and then in connection with the persecution that broke out in Jerusalem in chapter 8. Peter, Stephen, Philip, and Paul play significant roles in the book of Acts. They were involved in events that led to the spread of the Christian faith beyond the Jewish world. Stephen is of particular significance because his preaching and martyrdom appear to have had a profound influence on Saul of Tarsus. Stephen was a Greek-speaking Jew and one of the original 7 deacons. According to Acts, a group of foreign Jews who had come to live in Jerusalem entered into a dispute with Stephen over his preaching about Jesus. It is possible that Saul of Tarsus was involved in these debates. Now consider Acts 6, verses 9 through 15. What charges were brought against Stephen? Here's the text. Then there arose some from what is called the synagogue of the freedmen, Cyrenians, Alexandrians, and those from Cilicia and Asia, disputing with Stephen. And they were not able to resist the wisdom and the spirit by which he spoke. Then they secretly induced men to say, "We have heard him speak blasphemous words against Moses and God." And they stirred up the people, the elders and the scribes, and they came upon him, seized him, and brought him to the council. They also set up false witnesses who said, "This man does not cease to speak blasphemous words against this holy place and the law. For we have heard him say that this Jesus of Nazareth will destroy this place and change the customs which Moses delivered to us." The fierce hostility toward Stephen's preaching appears to have resulted from 2 things. Stephen drew the ire of his opponents by not placing primary importance on the Jewish law and the temple. Also, he vigorously proclaimed that Jesus, the crucified and risen Messiah, was the true center of the Jewish faith. No wonder that he angered the Pharisee Saul, who probably belonged to a strict and militant wing of the Pharisees, one full of revolutionary fervor. Saul saw that the great prophetic promises of God's kingdom had not yet been fulfilled, and he probably believed it was his task to help God bring that day about, which could be done by cleansing Israel of religious corruption. Now, consider this question. While we need zeal and fervor for what we believe, how do we learn to temper our zeal with the realization that, at times, we just might be wrong?